Hello and welcome to Prepspot. In this video we are going to know about the new Income Tax Bill 2025 and its controversial provision that allows tax officers to access your email and social media accounts. This reform, introduced on 13 February 2025 by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, has been widely discussed in the media and is already sparking debates among legal experts, privacy advocates, and competitive exam aspirants alike. In today's session, I will provide you with a comprehensive analysis that covers every aspect of this bill, from its origins and definitions to its technical details, figures, timelines, and the broader implications it carries for individual privacy and state authority. The new Income Tax Bill 2025 is designed to replace the outdated Income Tax Act of 1961, which was originally crafted in an era when financial records were primarily maintained on paper and the concept of digital transactions was far from reality. As our economy has evolved, so too have the methods used by individuals and corporations to evade taxes. In response, policymakers recognized the urgent need to modernize tax laws, and this bill is a direct outcome of that recognition. One of the most notable changes introduced in the bill is the integration of digital technology into tax administration. The bill comprises 536 clauses organized into 23 chapters and 16 schedules, and it significantly reduces the total word count from 512,535 to 259,676 words, thereby streamlining the language and making the provisions easier to navigate. This reduction in complexity is aimed at reducing litigation and disputes, as well as making the law more accessible to taxpayers. A central feature of the bill is its provision for enhanced search and seizure powers, which have been extended to include digital spaces, a reflection of our increasing reliance on digital financial transactions. Under the existing legal framework, specifically Section 132 of the Income Tax Act, tax officers were authorized to conduct physical searches when they suspected tax evasion. However, given the current digital landscape, where crucial financial data is stored online in emails, social media accounts, and cloud storage, the bill now empowers officers to enter what is termed as virtual digital space. This term covers any digital realm that allows for communication, interaction, and the storage of data, including not only emails and social media but also bank and trading accounts. Clause 247 of the bill is particularly contentious, as it explicitly permits tax officers to bypass standard digital security measures, such as passwords and access codes, in cases where there is a reasonable suspicion of tax evasion. In effect, this means that if a taxpayer is suspected of concealing undisclosed income, money, gold, jewelry, or property within these digital spaces, the authorities have the legal backing to override security settings and conduct a search. This power is set to become effective from 1 April 2026, aligning with the start of the fiscal year 2026-27. The technical ability to override access codes is a major advancement in digital tax enforcement. However, it also raises serious concerns about potential abuses of power and the possible infringement of individual privacy rights. Privacy, a fundamental right under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution, is at the heart of this debate, and many legal experts warn that without stringent safeguards and judicial oversight, the new powers could lead to intrusive state surveillance. The origins of this provision are rooted in the need to update our legal frameworks to keep pace with the digital revolution. While the traditional laws were adequate for an era dominated by physical records, the rapid digitalization of financial transactions has created opportunities for sophisticated tax evasion schemes that require equally sophisticated detection methods. This necessity has led to the extension of search and seizure powers into digital realms. Proponents of the bill argue that these measures are essential for closing loopholes and ensuring that all forms of income, no matter how digitally concealed, are subject to tax compliance. Conversely, critics argue that the broad definition of virtual digital space could potentially be exploited, leading to overreach by tax authorities and violations of individual privacy without sufficient judicial checks. It is important to understand that the new bill is part of a broader effort to simplify and modernize India's tax laws. One key reform is the redefinition of the tax year to a 12-month period from 1 April to 31 March, which replaces the older concepts of previous year and assessment year. This change is intended to bring greater clarity and uniformity to the tax process. Additionally, the bill incorporates a significant reduction in the number of chapters and sections, aiming to eliminate redundancies and streamline tax administration. For instance, the overall word count has been reduced by 252,859 words, with chapters and sections consolidated to enhance ease of understanding and application. These measures are expected to reduce litigation and disputes, thereby fostering a more transparent and efficient tax environment. From a numerical perspective, the bill introduces a total of 536 clauses across 23 chapters and 16 schedules. Key dates associated with the bill include its introduction in the Lok Sabha on 13 February 2025, following cabinet approval on 7 February 2025, with its eventual implementation slated for 1 April 2026. These dates are significant for both legal practitioners and competitive exam aspirants, as they form part of the broader narrative of tax reform in India. The detailed journey of the bill, from its initial conception, through parliamentary debates and select committee reviews, to its final implementation, offers a rich tapestry of information that is crucial for anyone preparing for competitive exams. Let us now focus more closely on Clause 247, which has been the subject of intense public and legal scrutiny. As mentioned earlier, this clause allows tax officers to access personal digital spaces if there is a suspicion of tax evasion. In practice, the clause permits these officers to override digital security measures such as passwords, thereby enabling them to inspect emails, social media accounts, and other online data repositories. This capability represents a substantial shift in the traditional boundaries of tax enforcement. While it is designed to catch instances of digital tax evasion, the lack of explicit procedural safeguards in the clause has led to fears of potential misuse. There is a real concern that without adequate judicial oversight, the power to bypass digital security could be used in a manner that infringes on the privacy rights of millions of taxpayers. The technical implementation of this clause raises several questions. For example, what specific mechanisms will be used to override digital access codes, and how will these actions be monitored to prevent abuse? The bill stipulates that such measures can only be taken when there is clear evidence of tax evasion, but it does not elaborate on the technical protocols or the checks and balances that should be in place. This has led to calls from privacy advocates and legal experts for the establishment of clear guidelines and oversight mechanisms to ensure that these powers are exercised only in genuine cases of tax evasion. The broader definition of virtual digital space in the bill further complicates matters, as it encompasses not just individual email accounts and social media profiles, but also remote servers, cloud storage, and other emerging digital platforms. This expansive scope has raised concerns about the potential for overreach and the inadvertent collection of data that may not be relevant to tax investigations. The controversy surrounding Clause 247 is not merely a technical issue, it strikes at the heart of a fundamental debate about the balance between state authority and individual privacy rights. Legal experts, including prominent figures like Mohandas Pai, have argued that this clause represents an unprecedented intrusion into personal privacy and could set a dangerous precedent for future surveillance measures. Critics warn that the absence of robust procedural safeguards could lead to arbitrary searches, thereby undermining the privacy rights guaranteed by our Constitution. On the other hand, supporters of the bill maintain that such measures are essential in today's digital economy, where traditional methods of tax enforcement are increasingly inadequate. They argue that in order to combat sophisticated tax evasion strategies, the state must be equipped with modern tools that allow it to access digital evidence quickly and efficiently. Beyond the legal and technical debates, the practical implications of this new provision are far-reaching. For taxpayers, the bill serves as a reminder to be more vigilant about their digital footprints. With the possibility that personal emails and social media accounts could be scrutinized by tax authorities, it is imperative for individuals and businesses to ensure that their digital records are accurate and transparent. For tax officers, the expanded powers represent a significant enhancement of their investigative toolkit. However, this increased capability comes with the responsibility to use it judiciously and ethically. The challenge will be to strike the right balance between effective tax enforcement and the protection of individual privacy, a balance that is central to maintaining public trust in the tax system. This new provision is a clear indicator of how India is adapting to the realities of the digital age. As more and more financial transactions move online and data becomes a critical asset, traditional methods of regulation and enforcement are no longer sufficient. The Income Tax Bill 2025 is part of a larger trend of digital transformation within government institutions, reflecting a global shift towards the integration of technology in public administration. Similar moves are being observed in other countries, where digital surveillance and data analytics are increasingly used to combat financial crimes. By aligning itself with these global trends, India is not only modernizing its tax system but also positioning itself as a forward-thinking economy capable of tackling the challenges of the 21st century. As we draw this discussion to a close, it is important to recognize that the new Income Tax Bill 2025, and particularly Clause 247, will have lasting implications for our society. It is a landmark reform that seeks to bring our tax laws in line with the realities of the digital era, offering the potential for more effective tax collection and a more streamlined legal framework. At the same time, it raises crucial questions about the limits of state power and the need to safeguard individual privacy in an increasingly digital world. The debates that have emerged around this provision are reflective of broader concerns about data protection, surveillance, and the rights of citizens in a digital age. As competitive exam aspirants, understanding these issues in depth will not only help you in your exams but will also enable you to engage more thoughtfully with the critical challenges facing our society today. In summary, the Income Tax Bill 2025 represents a bold and necessary step forward in reforming India's tax system. With its comprehensive overhaul of the existing law, significant reductions in complexity, and the integration of digital technologies, the bill is designed to create a more efficient and responsive framework for tax administration. Clause 247, which permits access to personal digital spaces, is a particularly notable aspect of this reform, reflecting the urgent need to address digital tax evasion while simultaneously raising important questions about privacy and state power. As we move closer to its implementation on 1 April 2026, it will be essential for policymakers, legal experts, and the public to continue debating and refining these measures to ensure that they serve the public interest without compromising individual rights. Answer this question in comments. The correct answer will be given heart and pinned. Lastly, we just want to let you know that we are a newly emerging online platform for competitive exams. Creating educational explainer videos like these requires a lot of effort, money, and time. If you like these videos and want us to excel and create videos in all categories of competitive exams, then you can consider supporting us with a one-time donation through the Ko-fi platform and also by becoming a member through Patreon. This will help us create more such informative educational videos in the competitive exams space. So, one last time, subscribe and share this channel with all your friends who are preparing for competitive exams. And also, follow us on social media platforms. The links are given in the About section of the channel and also in the video description. So, see you in the next video.